This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Madras High Court offers Amma reprieve, discharges the Chief Minister in the wealth tax case. Even as Stalin visits sister Kanimuri in Tihar, trouble back home for the DMK leader as AIDMK drags him to the court, challenging his victory.
If you had any intentions of misuse of power or misappropriation of governance, then we would have swept over the elections in the entire state of Tamil Nadu.
The DMK gets ready for the two-day General Council meeting, but not in Chennai. In Coimbatore, is Stalin's elevation on the cards. A minor reshuffle sees portfolios changing hands. Shanmugavel is the Rural Industries Minister. Karupasamy is given the sports portfolio. A spate of murders rocked the city, including 3 in just 3 days. NDTV Hindu does a reality check on the traffic signals on our arterial roads and finds that these are the slowest amongst the city. Specially abled persons now face discrimination at the hands of the exchequer, not given allotted compensation. Chennaites brace angrily for more costly vegetables, hotel food and possibly even more for transport. And 5 daredevil bikers on the beaches of Chennai are arrested by the Chennai police. Very good evening. You're watching Late Night News with me, Ashmit Kumar. Time now to bring to you a quick snap of all the latest stories coming in from across the nation. Seminar held for journalist Jayde's murder. The police say he was murdered by the Chota Rajan gang. 100 Congress supporters, including the state Congress chief, are detained in Lucknow after they clashed with the police. Rahul Gandhi goes to the AIIMS Institute of Medical Sciences and meets the minor from UP who was nearly blinded when she fought off her rapists. A Mumbai anti-narcotics cop is arrested by the Raigad police at a rave party. The police suspected that he procured the drugs. The big Bollywood bash in Toronto, stars walk down the green carpet for the IFA Awards. The ICC unanimously agrees to make a modified version of the decision review system mandatory in all international matches. Well, first up this hour, Madras High Court today discharged the Chief Minister Jayalalitha from the wealth tax case. Now, the acquittal came as Justice Sivakumar ruled that there was no criminal intention on her part in non-filing of the wealth tax in the year 1992-93. Now, while the DMK MLA and Assembly floor leader Stalin headed to Delhi to visit his jailed sister Kanimuri, AIADMK adversary took Stalin to the court in Chennai, challenging his victory in the April 13th elections. In fact, 6 weeks after the May 13th results, the Madras High Court saw a flurry of activity on Monday. Now, remember that the last day for filing election petition ends by 12 noon on Tuesday, that's tomorrow. Now, our principal correspondent Peer Mohammed brings to you this story. Did Stalin misuse the official machinery and violate the moral code of conduct during his election campaign? One man thinks so, and he has filed 76 documents and 20 CDs to support his claim. In fact, AIADMK's Saida Doraisamy, who lost the Kolathur constituency to Stalin by 2,743 votes, has now petitioned the courts to declare Stalin's election invalid.
Stalinin Panabalam அதிகார துஷ்பிரயோகம் அவதூறு பொய் பிரச்சாரம் மோசடித்தனமான செயல்கள் சூழ்ச்சி சதி போன்ற பல்வேறு இனங்களில் தவறாக பயன்படுத்தி அவர் பெற்ற இந்த வெற்றியை எதிர்த்து அதற்கான தகுந்த ஆதாரங்களுடன் மனு தாக்கல் செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கிறது.
Former AIDMK minister S. Ramachandran, who lost to DMK's E.V. Velu by 5,126 votes in Tiruvannamalai Assembly constituency has also challenged the victory in the Madras High Court.
முறைகேடு நடந்துள்ள வாக்குச்சாவடிகளில் மறு வாக்குப்பதிவு அனுமதி வேண்டும். நடந்து முடிந்த அந்த தேர்தல் நடந்த முறைகேடுகளால் அந்த தேர்தலை ரத்து செய்து மறு தேர்தலை கேட்டு வழக்கு தொடர்ந்திருக்கும்.
Although it is not a new trend to file election petitions, very few emerge victorious. In recent times, the only candidate to win an election petition was PH Manoj Pandian. He had challenged Congress candidate Veldurai's election in the year 2006. After 5 years, the Supreme Court decided in Pandian's favour. Yet, although it is a long-drawn process, several AIADMK candidates, including Raja Kannappan, have opted to file election petitions this time. Meanwhile, the DMK is unfazed by the petitions and continues to present a smiling public face.
If we had any intentions of misuse of power or misappropriation of governance, then we would have swept over the elections in the entire state of Tamil Nadu. It's not so. We believe in democracy. This is all bald and vague allegations. The distribution of money and all are vague allegations. It's not true. We are ready to face the challenges in all spheres of public life. We are ready to face it.
In Chennai, with Peer Mohammed, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu. Well, for the first time since its electoral drought and party MP Kanimuri's arrest in the 2G case, the DMK will be conducting its executive and general council meetings on July 23rd and 24th. Now, interestingly, this will be the first time in over a decade that the Dravidian heavyweight will not be convening in Chennai. Instead, the DMK has planned to meet in Coimbatore. This DMK meeting comes in the wake of tensions with alliance partner Congress, sidelining of many of the DMK's initiatives by the new government and the question of consensus on succession. Now, the party has not commented on the agenda for the meeting except to say that it would be on constructive matters. Now, whether it will be a routine General Council meeting which stops with introspection on the party's poll performance or if it will go beyond, that will be tracked carefully by various political analysts. Well, moving ahead now, more news from the city. Madras murderous assailants, in fact, struck in different corners of the city in the last 5 days. Now, Chennai city witnessed 6 murders, including the murder of a housewife in Kasimed late last night. 35-year-old Sumati was found lying dead in a pool of blood at her residence. Her body was moved to the Stanley Government Hospital and an autopsy was conducted. Now, police sources say that there were marks of strangulation and the deceased had suffered head injuries. Investigations reveal that illicit affair is the cause of the crime. The police have arrested 32-year-old old man in connection with the murder case. Now, the spate of the murders in the last 5 days have shocked the residents of Chennai. On Friday, in a case of suspected rape and murder, a young housewife was found dead at her residence in Sadapet. The accused is still on the run. On Saturday, 31-year-old murdered his wife and 2 little children and fled to Tirupati. Now, he was later arrested by the Andhra police. The accused was brought back to Chennai and lodged at the Purul prison. Well, moving ahead now, more action from state politics. The state government has witnessed a minor reshuffle. That's what the analysts are calling it in the state cabinet. Let's take a look with some of the big names being shuffled. First up, A. Mohammed John gets BC and the minorities welfare portfolio. C. Shanmugavale will be the rural industries minister. He was holding industries portfolio prior to that. SP Velumani is the new industries minister. He held a special program implementation portfolio earlier. MC Sampath is the minister for special program implementation. C. Karupasamy, youth welfare and sports minister. He was earlier the animal husbandry minister. NR Sivapati is the animal husbandry minister now. He held a youth welfare and sports portfolio earlier. Well, the excruciatingly long waits at traffic signals often cause sparks to fly in Chennai's rush hour traffic. Now, these long waits, despite the large number of automated traffic signals. Our correspondent Salim investigates how long commuters are made to wait at the ominous red light.
This is the gateway to superfast communication, the IT corridor in the city. But Tidal Park is also the junction where traffic moves extremely slow. You have to wait for 4 minutes, yes, 4 minutes, before the red signal turns to green. Worse, it remains green for just a minute.
The duration of the traffic, the signal is also very high, which is very highly annoying. And they should deploy some other system.
Definitely it's irritating us. everybody, not me only, everybody, all the peoples.
In fact, the scene is similar everywhere, especially during the peak hours, when everyone wants to get to work or go home. We visited Egmore, Paris, Madhya Kailash and Tidal Park Junction during peak hours, and everywhere commuters blame the signal for the slow-moving traffic. It's 9:30 in the morning and look at the traffic gridlock on Nelson Manikam Junction. The traffic cop decides to switch from automatic to manual signalling so that the bottleneck will ease. At 10 a.m., things are not different at the Liberty signal in Kodambakam. A little later, we are on Nungambakam High Road in the thick of traffic. At 10:30, you can see how it is. Spencer signal is a roar of vehicles, angry faces and impatient drivers. Nelson Manikam Junction, red for 120 seconds, green for 60 seconds. Liberty, during peak hours, the traffic is regulated manually. Nungambakam, traffic is regulated manually during peak hours. Spencer's, 95% on manual signal, and at night, red for 90 seconds and green for 30 seconds. Egmore on digital timer, red stays for 90 seconds and green for 30 seconds. Paris, a digital signal again, red for 100 seconds while green only for 20 seconds. Madhya Kailash, which is operated manually, stays at red for 150 seconds. The Tidal Park is at automatic, stays at red for 4 minutes, at green for just 1 minute. Traffic cops say that signals are changed based on the flow and density of traffic in each area. Experts, however, say more public transport and broader roads can ease the congestion. But how about another way? Organizing the signals. In Chennai with Salim, Evelyn Matthew for NDTV Hindu.
Well, we raised this important issue with the various stakeholders. Now, while Mr. Raj Chirubal, the director of projects of Chennai City Connect, said that the traffic signals were the proverbial icing on the cake, while the cake itself was missing, Mr. Traffic Ramasamy, a social activist, also blamed the larger problem of road development and traffic management.
As an activist, I feel the synchronization of signals is not at all done by the department. That's the main reason. And further, in a junction, there should not be any delay more than 2 minutes maximum. When you have to segregate the traffic movement, you should not allow, in the name of 100 vehicles on the other side or 10 vehicles on the other side, you should allow all the 100 vehicles. To such a way they are making the signals now. That is wrong principle.
If we don't have world-class public transportation, the OMR is a multi-million-dollar road. Yeah. So next thing I think the government needs to do is public transportation. Otherwise, no matter what you do, no matter how much you study and synchronize, few years from now we're going to be standing there for half an hour or 10 minutes and so on. So synchronization is like icing on the cake. If you don't even have the cake, what's the point of putting an icing on it? Yeah. So imagine each of the junctions on OMR, unless it is properly designed with respect to the flow, how many people are trying to turn a right, how many people are turning left.
We're looking for icing on the cake, whereas the government hasn't even baked the cake for us.
There's no cake. So you can eat ice and get a stomach cake if you want, but you don't even have the cake. Cake is basically world-class junction designs, world-class corridor design, and of course public transportation. Yeah? Right. Then you can say, okay, I'll give 30 seconds this direction, 40 seconds that direction, and all that is fine. So when we don't even have the basic design and engineering and planning done, you can synchronize as much as you want. You'll still be there for 4 minutes.
Well, moving ahead now, ghosts of park arts to haunt Chennai again. We tell you more on the other side. Keep watching.